Hey everybody, welcome to Larry's Fountain Pens. And today I'm going to be on a new journey, a learning journey on dip pens. I'm new, so don't expect anything fantastic in this video because just like some of you folks, I'm new and learning about dip pens. So if you're knowledgeable on dip pens, feel free to leave your comments in the comment section. But remember, I'm a beginner, so bear with me. I'm going to share my journey with all of you guys out there learning just like me, so that way we can learn together and work together. Alright, today I'm going to be using two different brands of nibs. One of them is
D. Leonard & Company, Birmingham.
And here's what they look like. They come with this little carry case, and there's 5 of these different size nibs, which I like these the best. The other one are these types. They're okay, not my favorite. But for me, these hold more ink and easier to use. And here is some dip pens. Now, I picked this up at Hobby Lobby, wasn't it?
Yes.
I believe this dip pen came with the set, I believe. And then this dip pen came with one dip nib. Okay? So, all I'm going to do right now is do some dipping and some writing. Later on in other videos, I'll tell you more about the nib and how to get the ink on it to stay longer and what you have to do to prep your nibs and all that good stuff. But right now, we're just going to have some fun in writing. Now, here's an interesting ink, Mr. Announcer. It's called...
It's Iridescent Blue, Deep Blue.
By
Dr. P.H. Martin.
Now, this is a shimmering blue, and it looks like this. It's a nice looking ink, but I haven't had much luck with it, but we're going to try it again. Now, this ink...
Okay, this is Dr. P.H. Martin's Bombay Black India ink.
Now, I've had some good experience with this ink. Now, this ink is for calligraphy, for the airbrush, brush, and for dip pens, it says. Well, I'll shake it up a little bit here. And I've put some in a little vial to see if I can get it going. So let's just see what happens here. So enough of me, and we'll get to dipping and doing some writing here. We ready, Mr. Announcer? Here we go. As you can see, nothing, and the nib falls out. Now, I want you to be aware this can happen. And it's in there tight, but sometimes these nibs will fall out. So I'm going to show you firsthand. And I'm not going to edit this videotape at all. I want to show you what I go through when I'm learning. You know, I tried this once a few years ago and I gave up. But something inside me wanted me to do it again, so I'm back at it. All right. As you can see, this ink is not really working well. But one thing good about the dip pen, I can easily clean it off. and go into another ink. But what I'm going to do, since I have this ink out, is try it in the bottle. Now, if you don't like to get your hands inky when you're learning, best not try this. But I don't mind getting my hands inky. I love what I do, so I do it, then I wash my hands off. As easy as that. So let's see how this is going to work. And that ink is just not sticking to this nib. So, I've already tried with this ink before many times, but I just wanted to show you firsthand that it just didn't work for me on this dip pen. And I've even used it on this dip pen as well, and it just wasn't any good. And it was quite expensive, about $8, I think, wasn't it, or $6?
Something like that.
Yeah, it wasn't cheap, so I was really disappointed in it. So now, let me clean off this nib, and we'll get to dipping here in the black and to see what results we get. I want to clean everything pretty well here. I'll wipe it all off here. I don't know what I dropped. Ah, okay. So this is how, well, this is what happens behind the scenes before anybody gets to put it on YouTube. They do a lot of editing to get all the icky bugs and stuff out that didn't work well. But I said, you know what? I'm going to show all the viewers firsthand what I go through. So here we go with the black ink, India ink. And it comes with a little dropper. And you can, you know, put it into whatever you like to dip your pen in. But I'll just go ahead and dip that here, and I'll wipe this off over here. Here we go again. And nothing. Here we go. And this, I really like this nib. So, that's on that nib there. So let me go ahead and pull this nib out. And then after I complete the video, I will wash them off real good in the sink. And here's some other sizes. There's a 1.0, 2.5. I have the list somewhere. I don't know where I put it. Wouldn't you know it? So what I'm going to do here is put that one in. I'm going to take this one out for now, and I'm going to put a different size in here. So I don't have to be changing out every few seconds. And you want to make sure it's in there enough, tight enough so it won't fall out, because if it falls out, then you'll have a fun time to get it out of the bottle. All right. Well, I hope you are hanging in here with me and learning as I learn. Alright, now I'm going to change out the paper. Set that aside. And this is a smaller nib. I do like the way it lays down the ink, for sure. And I'm going to pull these out and wipe them off. And just set them in there. And put some others in. And as you can see, on the dip pen, these come with the attachments on them that they slide on here. So you have to be careful with these as well, because you don't want to lose the nib part that will actually do the writing. And they're, well, I will put that on there. But they're cool to work with. Takes a little time to really get to learn them. But once you have it down, then it's a lot of fun. And I am going to stick with it this time, because I want to learn how to improve my writing as well. So here we go with a different size nib. I hope I'm not boring you. I hope you do find this interesting. And I'm just writing some words down. No particular form. And we'll try this one. It does lay the ink down. I like this nib right here. It's more of a medium, I would say. And it holds lots of ink. You don't see I don't have to keep dipping my dip pen in the bottle much. And it's running out finally. Okay, so what I am going to do real quick is put this other type of nib in to show you the big difference between this type of nib, can you get a good look at that, and the ones I'm using previously. Now make sure that, excuse me, there's plenty of ink on this nib. And this is quite scratchy. So you want to watch how much pressure you apply on this nib, because it can be like a nail. But they are a lot of fun to work with. Let me change this out a little bit. Okay, so that's that one. And that's that nib I was telling you about earlier. And this is what it looks like. Get a shot over here. There it is, right there. Big difference between this nib and that nib. I like these nibs the best. And let's see if I miss anything else here. So this is what you have to do when you're working with these kind of nibs. Let me try this one again. But it is actually lots of fun once you get started into it. Well, there you have it. My very first session in dip pens. I hope you got something out of it. Like I said, I am no expert, and I'm not going to try to cover that up. I will be as honest as always, like I do reviews. But one thing I do know, I had a lot of fun doing this. I love the way the ink lays down. It's nice and wet, and that's how I like my nibs to be. So, I hope you come back for my next section of dip pens and writing with Larry, the pen bug guy, on my channel, Larry's Fountain Pen. Peace and have a great day, and don't text and drive. Talk to you later.